Welcome back to Wellness 101, baby. It is Christian Bittinger here. Um, how are y'all doing? No one's gonna respond because I am talking to myself in my room on a Friday, and I'm here for it. Listen, guys. So just a little update for you all. I took this one lab test because, like I said, your boy's got some digestive opportunities here. I'm not going to say problems anymore. And I took this lab test and I had to do this whole like fasting thing for it, and it was kind of rough. And it was expired. Yeah. Just a wee bit expired. So I'm redoing the test. So, we're here for it. It's fine. One step closer to overall wellness. Um, but today, guys, I'm going to talk more about mental health. More specifically, it's what I'd like to call the 15-second rule. The 15-second rule? Christian, what does that mean? I'm going to tell you what it means. And first off, I would just like to say thank you all for taking the time out of your busy schedules, or if you're literally during quarantine just straight chilling, thank you for taking a break from your very important schedule of doing absolutely nothing. Like, truly, thank you. Hopefully today I can make you smile, make you feel empowered. We got some good things coming up on the little vlog, the little YouTube channel. My first workout video. I know there's some people that are like, Christian, I literally don't care, but I'm still excited for it because my own journey through body image, and that's the topic that Michaela and I are going to talk about. Like, you don't have to look like a certain way to just like own what you got, guys. But it's a process, and it's been a long process, but I'm at a place now where I have made a lot of personal improvements in my own goals. And so the reason why gonna make some workout videos is just, if you want to switch it up and do a random workout, I've found results just from my own perspective. So back to the topic of the day, the 15-second rule. For example, you are in a conversation and you can tell that it's just gonna start getting a wee bit nasty, a wee bit not on the positive side. You know that you might say some things that you might regret, but you're about to because, we love to be right. Okay, this is gonna be definitely a challenge for a lot of people. It's a challenge for myself. This is something that I'm practicing every day. Keyword practicing, meaning I mess up multiple times. But so you're in a situation and someone says something to you and you get offended, or it's just not the way that you want to be talked to, or in general you're just like, you're just, all of these things come into your head that you want to say but you shouldn't say, right? 15-second rule, basically. Someone says something to you, okay? Instead of immediately responding with whatever emotional, most likely you don't mean, even if you do mean, you shouldn't say because it might tarnish the relationship or just really hurt the other person. The 15-second rule, you stop, and hey, even if you need to start with the 5-second rule. So I normally like to give myself 15 to 20 seconds before I respond, because during that 15 to 20 seconds, you ask yourself, and maybe you need to ask yourself a couple times because you just so badly want to say what you want to say. You say, this is what you ask yourself. I know what I want to say, but what should I say? And during those 15 to 20 seconds, or even 5 seconds, if you can't realize what you should say or what would a healthier response be, leave the conversation. And sometimes it's as simple as walking out the door, but I'm very aware that sometimes you can't just walk out of the door. What if you're at work or you're on a phone call that's important and you can't just hang up the phone or walk out the door? I got it. This is what you do. This is a recommendation, okay? So someone says something to you, and during those 5 to 20 seconds, or however long it takes, or however short it takes, because it's a practice, this is what you say. Steven, right now, I'm at a place where I can't have a conversation with you in a healthy mindset. So I'm just going to remove myself from the situation. If you could give me 5 to 10 minutes just so I could collect my thoughts, just because I'm very overwhelmed by the situation and I really want to hear your perspective, but right now I'm in a place where I can't hear your perspective. And in that way, I can't really help you right now. Okay. So, again, this is just a tip. This is just my perspective. However, there's actually some science behind this. Now, I'm not going to get all technical because, one, I'm very aware that I do not have any credentials behind my name. But, guys, the human mind, when something happens, we are most likely to create a story. So, someone says something to you. Why would they say something to you like that? Does that mean that they hate me? Does that mean that the relationship, that I'm just pointless and that I'm not loved? It's all of these human thoughts. Human thoughts just come at you. Wait, that was kind of smooth. I didn't even try to do that because I cannot dance. Anyways, back to the topic. Back at it again. Back at it again. Back at it again. Anyways, so the human mind is, we like to tell stories to ourselves. So when you're in that hyperreactive state, when someone comes at you and you don't know what to say, so you immediately go into defense mode, you say things that you most likely don't mean. So the 15-second rule is a great opportunity for you to take a second. And you're going to get really good at it, where you'll get to the point where what should I say versus what do I want to say? And if you can start choosing what you should say, or you start with the, I need to remove myself for 5 minutes, or can we resurface this topic a little bit later on so I can just collect my thoughts and so I can really think about your perspective, right? It's just a way to improve these like day-to-day crucial conversations that you guys are having. I'm sure that you have been in a situation. I know I have. I have been a little firecracker at times. Like someone come get your boy. He is saying things that are just a little bit too far. I'm calling myself out because we've all done it. And what I mean by that is someone has said something to me, it's completely offended me, and I just mouth vomit. Just hurtful things, because why hurt people hurt? If you're in a balanced state of being, you're not going to say things that are going to hurt the other person. But when you're not, don't beat yourself up. When you're not in a balanced state where you can actually take a step back, an objective point of view back from the situation, you're gonna react. You really are. And I'm not like telling you that like this is gonna happen to you and that if you don't do the 15-second rule, you're just, never gonna have good relationships. But these videos are just ways to just add little steps in order to bring you closer to where you want to be. So if you're where you want to be, then screw the 15-second rule. Even if you're not where you want to be and the 15-second rule doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But it does work. I know I can't give you absolutes, very aware of that, but guys, just think of the logic here. And it's easier said than done. Right, you're in a situation, someone makes you mad and you want to fire back at them because they hurt your feelings, but you're in a hurt state, and hurt people hurt. So when you take that step back and you take however much time you need, I guarantee, I can't do that. See, I'm catching myself. I strongly believe that you're not going to respond in the same way that you would have responded had you just came back right back at them. Because then oftentimes people don't actually want to offend you. People don't actually want to hurt your feelings. But in the moment, it can seem that way. So when you take that objective step back, when you do the 15-second rule and you actually take some time, say I call it the 15-second rule when in reality it's 15 to 20 minute rule. Because however long, if you don't know what you should say within those 15 to 20 seconds, which is more than okay, then you take that extra time you need, and when you take that extra time, you actually are able to take an objective point of view and say, why would this person say this? Like, what could be happening that could cause them to be acting this way, right? Oh, see, but that's hard. You know how many times someone says something like in the past, someone has said something rude to me and I just want to like ruin their life? That I'm calling myself out because when we are deeply offended, the natural response is just give it right back. I'm like calling like literally the entire universe out right now. I'm calling everyone out, including myself, because it is so natural for us to just go give it right back, right? And it's just it doesn't have to be like that. And this video is definitely way more, I would say, puts the responsibility on you. It does. But I found through this that I'm able to handle the situations in a healthier way. It may not be as quick, but I don't tarnish the relationship. I don't say things as often that I will regret in the future, because in reality, and if you can actually take a step back and ask yourself this question, do you really want to hurt that person? Is your goal to make the person feel insecure, to feel shamed, to feel unloved? No, that's not your goal. I guarantee that's not your goal. Your goal is to feel better, and your goal is to be seen and heard, and your goal is to not ruin the relationship. But oftentimes, when we just say what we want to say without taking time to think about what we're about to say, guys, you have no idea how influential your words and actions are. Think about it. Think about small phrases, small conversations, small actions that you've observed or that you've experienced from other people and how those have impacted you. There are multiple experiences that you could think of if you actually took the time to think about what the other person may have not even thought much about, but it has impacted you in such ways. Yeah, that happens in everyday conversations. You have no idea how much influence you have on those around you, especially the people that care about you and love you. And you can still get your point across. You can still, after you've taken these 15 to 20 seconds, you can still communicate with the other person like, hey, like that, what you said was not okay. And it really hurt my feelings, but I'm trying to see your perspective here. And I would love to just sit down with you and have this conversation when we are both not emotionally charged. And this is what you could say in the moment. But right now, I'm at a place where I just need to collect my thoughts as well as think about your thoughts. That way we can work together on here. It's not just about you. It's about how can you actually help the other person? How can you actually communicate with them in a way that's going to foster growth as opposed to cause resentment and anger and frustration. The 15-second rule is something that I've been practicing for about 6 months now, and it is so hard. It is so hard to just like when other people aren't necessarily practicing this because maybe they don't know how, and this is how they're raised. Guys, again, most people do not want to be mean, that person that flips you off, or the when you're in customer service, or either the employee or the person receiving the service. They don't often want to just be this miserable, rude person. Like that's not their goal. Their goal is to be seen and heard. Their goal is to feel loved and to be loved, but sometimes they're not in a place where they can give that to you. But if you are in a place where you are, you don't have to respond in the same way. And it's not about always being in that place. Of course that's a goal. Of course it would be awesome to just be in a place of total alignment where no matter what happens to you, another person's actions can't affect you. That's a huge goal of mine, but it's definitely a process, and you can't go from how you have acted before to like, oh, now nothing bothers me, I'm great. Again, these videos are not just flip a switch and bam, I'm back, I'm brand new, I'm reborn. It's not about that. But you don't have to respond in the same way that someone communicates with you. That's what's so beautiful about this rule, is the more you practice it, and of course it depends on the situation, whether it's just a random person being very offensive or it's someone very close to you saying something that just like, that hurt. right? So each situation is going to take different amounts of time, but overall you're going to get to a place where you can just really feel good about how you handle your emotions. It's not about not feeling the emotions. It's really not. Feel the anger, feel the sadness, feel the frustration, feel the that really hurt my feelings. It's this 15-second rule is not about that. The 15-second rule is, I want to respond this way, but how should I actually respond? And you'll know. It might not take you 15 seconds, but you will know. And if you don't know, that's when you reach out. That's when you reach out to someone that you trust, someone whose advice you admire. It completely shifts the way we have conversations. And it is in no way like I'm just not going to think about it. I'm just going to throw it away. I'm just going to, ignorance is bliss. It's actually the exact opposite, because when you take the objective point of view and you take a step back, you actually can analyze all of the different components of the conversation that took place. And it gives you so much power. It gives you so much more love for the other person, because you start to try, and it's hard, but you actually start to try to see where they're coming from. And that can be very difficult when you feel personally offended from a situation. But when I take that step back, I think, wow, like this actually really hurt my feelings, and I'm feeling these emotions. I wonder why the person actually said that, because often there's a deeper meaning. Most times, 97.8% of the time, I'm going to go with actually 99% of the time, there's a reason why someone's acting like the way they're acting. Does it excuse the behavior? No. It offers you insight. That's what, looking at the different perspective, that's exactly what it's for. It's not, oh, this person is dealing with an illness, so they're allowed to treat me however they want. No. But if you could understand that the person is experiencing an illness, what could I do to make their life better when I'm in their presence? Right? Hard stuff to talk about. You may not be able to control the things that happened in the situation, but you can 100% control how you react. But don't beat yourself up when you want to react in a certain way, or when you slip up and react in that way that you know you shouldn't have, looking back, right? Being objective. It is 100% a tool that you can use when you're in these situations, and they happen. They happen a lot. There are situations where you just are very offended, or you're hurt, or you're upset, and you can actually take the 15-second rule and completely change how you respond to the situation. So that's all I have for you today. Guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for having an open mind. I know that was kind of like a little bit intense and a little bit of, oh crap, I actually have to take responsibility here. I know it's difficult. But guys, continue to have an open mind, continue to want to grow, continue to just try these things. Like I said, if you're not where you want to be, why not try? Try it a few times before you immediately say it doesn't work, because at first you're going to have a little bit of resistance. It's normal. Whenever you try and change a thought pattern, or change the way you act, you're going to experience some resistance. So have an open mind, guys. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. I'm so excited to bring Michaela on. Just an absolutely incredible human being. We're going to talk about, like I said, a little bit of body image and what other topics we're inspired to talk about, just to give you a male and female's perspective. So I'm really excited for that. Watch the workout video if you want to work out, or don't. It's totally okay. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.